Hey, this is Aleem Syed. In this video of organizational transformation, I'm going to talk about how to build proactive organization. I'm going to share some fundamental principles which will help you to understand how to build proactive organization. The word proactive is the second most misused word in the business world, only next to the word leadership. People think proactive means planning or doing things ahead of time, but that is not the real meaning of proactive. The true meaning of proactive is being intuitive, being predictive, thinking long term, or knowing what you can do now to make a better tomorrow. To put it in simple words, proactive people build proactive organization. How do we hire or nurture proactive people? To know this, we should first understand the abilities of proactive people. We should know who these proactive people are. We should understand what is their intuitive abilities, what is their rationalizing mechanism, such as how do they make decisions, and so on and so forth. These are the people who listen to their gut, who can see the perils and opportunities way ahead of time. These are the people who put themselves in the other person's shoes. These are the people who can be more human than being mechanical. These are the people who can take a step back and look at the big picture. These are the people who can see where everyone is heading, and they can say, hey, you're heading in the right direction or in the wrong direction. These are extraordinary implicit thinkers. They read the hidden data which is not visible to the naked eyes, and they could see what is there beneath the ground. To help you understand the intuitive abilities of proactive people, I remember these famous lines of Henry Thoreau, who once said, "For every 1,000 hackings at the leaves of evil, there is one striking at the root." These lines of Henry Thoreau clearly brings out the essence of what is being intuitive. When we literally look at these lines of Henry Thoreau, we will clearly understand that though there are 1,000 problems at the leaves, it takes one simple fix at the root to resolve all the problems. Without fixing the problem at the root, any attempts to fix the problem at the leaves will bring no benefits. If we do that, we will be spending lots of time and resource without any results. Here is another story. I'm sure you'd have heard the story on the internet. A ship engine stopped working for months and none of the engineers on board could start it again. So the owner of the ship calls an expert engineer from outside to come and take a look at the ship and fix the engine. After carefully observing the engine, this expert engineer takes out a hammer from his toolset and taps one of the red valves, and the engine starts again. As a service fee, this engineer sends an invoice of $10,000 to the ship owner. And the ship owner gets puzzled looking at the invoice, and he thinks it was too much for a little tap with a hammer. So he asks the engineer to send an itemized bill. And this is what the engineer sends as an itemized bill: a cost of $10 to tap the hammer, and a cost of $9,990 to knowing where exactly to tap the hammer. The moral of the story is knowledge is the key. However, this story really talks about the profound knowledge and abilities of intuitive problem solvers. Now, taking another example, if suppose I'm a software programmer and if I'm also an intuitive problem solver, I can just code a program of 100 lines and fix the problem once for all. If I were not an intuitive problem solver, I can end up coding thousands of lines and still run into bugs. People who are intuitive can get a hand on anything they come across. If it is a machinery, if it is a plant, if it is an animal, if it is a human nature or behavior, they can get a grip on the subject very well. That is the core idea of being intuitive. People who understand the design of how things work, how the machinery works, how the psychic or the person work, that is exactly what is called intuitive. Intuitive problem solving or proactive thinking doesn't come by experience. It comes by internal balance, a balance between the sensor sensitive intelligence and the body sensitive intelligence. These are two rationalizing mechanisms which everybody has. Let me explain you what is sensor sensitive and body sensitive intelligence with these two slides. Here is an illustration with two sides. There is a blue side which has the sensor sensitive intelligence, and there is a gray side that has the body sensitive intelligence. When we say sensor sensitive and body sensitive intelligence, these are nothing but the two faculties which helps us to make a rational decision, or these are the rationalizing mechanism within every human being. When I say sensor sensitive, I'm talking about the 5 input sensory system which are connected to the rationalizing mechanism, which is seeing, listening, smelling, tasting and feeling, whereas the body sensitive intelligence is more to do with the nervous system. In this illustration, I'm particularly trying to give you an input about the person who is more inclined towards the sensor sensitive intelligence and less inclined towards the body sensitive intelligence. And such people are good at the critical reasoning, logical thinking, sequential learning, sensing, interpersonal skills, and these are the people who seek explicit data to make a rational decision. Though they have such strong abilities on the sensor sensitive side, there is a huge compromise on the body sensitive side, such as the body sensitive side is where the feeling abilities, the intuitive skills, the visual learning abilities, the perspective thinking and intrapersonal skills are located. So such people who have more inclination towards the sensor sensitive side are also called as outside in personalities, or the outside in people. In the next slide, you can see a person who utilizes both the faculties, the sensor sensitive and the body sensitive, equally. When you carefully look at the illustration, you can see the pies on both the sides, the left and right side, share equal area and they form a beautiful circle. And such are the people, or such people are also called as the proactive people. These are the people who have a potential to grow phenomenally. When there is a balance between the left side, the sensor sensitive and the body sensitive intelligence, there is a potential to grow phenomenally. I have shown this illustration with the physical measuring balance. In the left side, the measuring balance, which is more inclined towards the sensor sensitive side, is at a risk of going any further. You cannot add any more weight. If you do add some more weight, the balance is going to topple. Whereas the balance on the right side, as far as you can maintain equal balance between the both sensor sensitive and body sensitive intelligence, the balance can hold on to any amount of weight you add to the balance. So on the whole, when you look at a proactive person, the proactive person is also called as an intuitive person. He is also called as an inside-out person, a bottom-up person, or a long-term thinking person. These are all one and same qualities or one and same abilities which comes out of a person, and that basically happens due to the balance between the sensor sensitive and body sensitive intelligence. Coming back to our original question, to build a proactive organization, we need to hire and nurture proactive people. But the current business trends are such, our hiring and nurturing is more inclined towards sensor sensitive, intelligent, or outside in people. We need to change this to really transform our organization to a proactive one. There are greater benefits to hire and nurture proactive people. However, the challenge is we don't have a mechanism to really measure how a person utilizes his body sensitive intelligence to make a rational decision. But the good news is at least 20% of every organization has potentially proactive people. The first step towards building your organization or transforming your organization lies in identifying and nurturing these potentially proactive people, giving them an environment to grow their intuitive abilities. It is fairly easy to identify these people and nurture them. Nurture the proactive people and transform your organization. Hey, this is Aleem Syed. Through this video, I tried to share some of my profound thoughts in the simplest way I can. I hope you liked my thoughts. If you have any questions, or if you want to work with me, or if you want to know more about change or transformation, please feel free to contact me through LinkedIn or Twitter. I'll be more than happy to hear from you. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.